Hi, you guys. So I want to talk to you about the topic of Tantra or Tantric Yoga. Not quite what you think it is, and I would just want to unpack it for you because I practice Tantric Yoga. Serendipitously, randomly, that's what I came to learn to evolve in my practice of yoga. So the practice of Tantric Yoga, there was a Tantric civilization pre 10,000 years ago, pre books, and it kind of spanned the globe. And they had a holistic or multidisciplinary practice, which they called Tantra. And the word Tantra, translated from Sanskrit to English, literally means to weave or to loom. So we weave or loom these interdisciplinary areas of our life to create this lush, rich, delicious tapestry of truth and living in congruency with our own truth, our own joy, our own passion, our own desire. So the practice of Tantra or Tantric Yoga is, we think of yoga and we think just the physical part, but that's just one little sliver of yoga. The practice of Tantric Yoga is really literally shining a light of consciousness into every nook and cranny and area of your life. So you go over here and you're like, oh, how can I make this just shine and beautiful and blissful and in line with my truths? And then how do I make this one and this one? And then you start to weave them, and it just elevates your entire being, your entire life, every experience you have. So for example, I know that sounds kind of esoteric and hooey, but you look at every aspect of your life, from the financial or your work life, because most of us aren't monks, we're householders, so we have to make a living somehow. So shining a light of consciousness on your connection and how you see money and finances, and then how you physically, that's one limb of yoga, is the practice of being physical in this body, getting the most I can out of this beautiful Ferrari that I get to drive around this lifetime. Or in the area of sex or intimacy or connections with other people. Or in the area of just learning to control this crazy monkey mind, meditating, getting mindful, getting spiritual in that aspect. And so everywhere you can, through the practice, that's the practice of Tantric Yoga, is to shine some consciousness and really look at that topic, flip the mirror in your face and see, what are my truths I see about that topic, and are they really true? And what are my masks I wear about that topic? We wear so many masks in society. That's one of the beautiful benefits of Tantra, is you get to just peel all the layers and all that crap off and start to live authentically. And it's been a profound, beautiful practice that I've come to learn that I practice Tantra Yoga. And it took me years to figure out that was my path and that was where I was going, because I was slowly weaving and looming. And so it's February this month. I'm speaking up for love, and I'm speaking up for Tantric, that corner of Tantra, conscious sexuality and connections. We're hardwired, you guys, to reach out and say, hey, how are you doing? And connect and love and use these juicy bodies to enjoy each other and enjoy and connect to pleasure and turn on. And we're so stifled in those areas in our society. So finally, once I shined the light in that area, it was the match that lit the flame that just turned my intimate connections, not with just with sex or sexuality, but with everyone I come into contact with now. It was the awakening within to be able to really get intimate with myself, and in turn others, and to really learn intimacy is into me see, to really see people. Hi. Like, to really actually see and connect with people. You've had the moments where you have this serendipitous moment. You're like, that person was so cool to talk to. Like, how did we randomly come across that one topic that person and I had in sync, in common? That's the practice of conscious living Tantra, living consciously in your connections and interactions with others. So over this whole month of February, I'm just going to devote February just to the topic of love and connection and interaction and turn on and fueling your fire and filling your cup up, and in enhancing that area of your life. So I've been really putting in the work and the effort in this area, and it's paid off 20-fold, 50-fold, 100-fold. For myself and my partner, we didn't know this, but until we got to this and figured out that and unlocked that puzzle and started to boost each other up and really like connect and light the fire in our relationship to just fuel ourselves, we were never going to get to the nooks and crannies like finances. Because, for example, you guys, finances, that's one thing that people fight about, or that pushes their buttons. And so you may find that if you don't develop this area, you're not going to develop the other areas. Because I've noticed since we developed this area, now we're looking at buying like a couple of acres of land and getting out and doing our dream, and we've paid off our debt and just done a lot of cool things. And I'm not trying to be like gimmicky about that. That just happened with the shift in thinking of how we view zeros and ones and papers to get what we wanted. When I flipped that switch and really asked myself, what do I desire? What do I want? Everything fell in place from there. But we're not taught to go inward and play and see what our desires are, and to see what our dreams really are, you know, to indulge in that a little bit. And that's where the practice of, we get to indulge in connections and sex and sexuality in that area. And when we learn to play and indulge there, where we have the doors locked tight and the shame and the guilt, when we throw those shackles off, wow, you guys, like the shackles come off everywhere. It's beautiful. So have a great day. Namaste.